already know we're going to talk in English because we have Adam Kwapiński here, and he doesn't really understand Romanian. We'll have to learn him about Troika, but he doesn't know it yet. Okay, so he's the designer of our very special guest, and the designer of some pretty small and fun card games like Nemesis and Frostpunk and Terracotta Army and others, not here. And we're gonna have a nice talk, and I'm hoping it will not be a talk between the two of us, and you will all put your questions and pick his mind about game design. So I'm gonna start by asking you, how do you like it here?
Hey, hello everybody. I know most of you from previous days, and being here is really awesome. To be honest, it's very chilling, and being in a place where so many people gathered one passion, it's very inspiring, and it's the way I rest really, and charge my batteries to get back to Poland and work on other games, because this is how events like this work for me always. So yeah, thank you for invitation first of all, and hopefully we will have interesting talk here, and we will play a lot more games in upcoming days.
No, we're not finished.
Thank you very much.
We're just getting started. Okay, so how much does it take to create a game like Nemesis or Frostpunk? So because these two are the most popular games you have, I guess that's how we see them. And how do you start? You start from, you don't like luck-based games, don't really like them. You like control.
Okay, yeah.
That's how I see it. And how much from idea, and how long does it take from idea to, okay, not the production, but a final design?
Okay, so the answer will be like always in creative industry. It depends. That's the only honest answer I can give you about that. So Nemesis was like 6 years. It was 2013 when I have first prototype, and this is important part because I don't believe in ideas. I don't believe that game exists when you have an idea of a game, because probably here each of you have lots of idea for a game, and I also have lots of ideas, but before you create a prototype, to be honest, you have nothing yet, because in your head the game will be always working. It will be the perfect game. Probably you will think that the game will win Spiel des Jahres or something like this. But then there is a verification, because you cannot play idea. It's like you cannot sit on an idea of a chair. You have to get a chair and check if you can sit on it. So with games, you check the games playing it, and you need prototypes. So with Nemesis, it was 6 years. For Frostpunk, it was much quicker. It was about 2 to 2.5 year of designing, and it really depends. Sometimes I have also some prototypes, some games I start designing the same year as Nemesis, and I still didn't finish them, and probably it will take a couple of years more to finish. So there are very lot of difference. And the size of the game is not so important part of it. Of course, if you have a small party game, it can be very quick, because you know it works or it doesn't work. That's that very quick thing. But when you talk about a little bigger game, it really doesn't work that the smaller game is easier to design than the bigger one. Sometimes it's totally opposite, to be honest.
Okay, and so you make a first prototype. I'm guessing you with pen and paper in the first, or I don't know, on the screen with text. But and you start playing it for the first time. Do you play it by yourself? The first play. Do you test it? The basic mechanics.
Yeah.
You play them by yourself.
Okay, again, it depends. Yeah, it depends what kind of game. Because Frostpunk, for example, is cooperative game, and as we know, all cooperative games are solo games. That's how it works. So yeah, I can test Frostpunk by myself, and this what happens. But in case of Nemesis, it's hard because the game have a lot of interaction, and this was one of the important part in this game. So I cannot test it by myself. I can test parts of it. Yeah, I can test the, I don't know, fighting. I can test the bug development part or different parts. But I need players to play the game for the first time. And those are not testers yet, to be honest, because when you play your game for the first time, you don't need testers yet. You need statists, to be honest, because you will, if you play your game for the first time with people and you don't see any problems, probably the problem is much deeper than you think. So, so you will need feedback later. First, you have to check yourself what you think about that game, what you like about that game, read everything else, and start again. That's how it works.
Okay, and how many playtesters are needed for a complex game? Do you have a few who play it a lot, or you have a lot of different game testers?
Okay. So there are different stages of playtesting. Yeah, the first ones before I'm looking for a publisher, before I showing the game to the wider public, I just test the game with my friends. I try to not make them hate me, because I always have some game to test. So so I test the game with them, because as I said, I see a lot of things that I want to change into that game. Later on, of course, there is a wider audience, and I test the pure game without any graphic design, only the only things you need to play the game simple. Yeah, so some symbols, some stuff like this, but anything what is beautiful, not yet, because it will
Change.
don't answer. Oh, it will change, of course, because of a publisher, but the more important part is when I test Nemesis, I test it on the white papers with black text and lines, and that was it, because I cannot draw anything. So I test it this way because I don't want to hear that, oh, this is great because you have great artwork. I'm not testing the artwork. Publisher will test the artwork, and this is not my job. I want to know that if people who played Nemesis in that prototype version feel the emotion I want from them. Because if they will feel those emotions playing that version, it can go only better when publisher create all the visual part for the game. So this is the second stage of testing, and the third is with a publisher and with very wide audience, as wide as you can get. For example, I believe if you put your game on crowdfunding, you should first of all, you should have a game. That's the important part, and it's not so common as we think. And in my opinion, you should put the game on, for example, tabletop simulator and let people play it. Because first of all, you will get a lot of feedback, interesting feedback. With Frostpunk, for example, we have like 500 questionnaires during the campaign from people. So it's quite big for a board game. But the second reason you want to test show the game to the people on crowdfunding is because you want them to know what they buy. Because, you know, marketing people can sell everything, yeah, especially if they are great artworks and all the stuff. And if somebody see Nemesis and buy Nemesis thinking, oh, this will be great game about killing some aliens, it's not the game he will get. So it will be upset, he will be upset. And I want people to know what they buy, because it's better to sell less, but for people who wants that game, then sell a lot of the games first time and have a lot of disappointment from people, because they have another imagination of my game in their head. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not the only one asking questions, so if you have questions, we can tell them. No, Claudio first.
How do you know when a game is done?
Oh, the game is never done. There is only a time when publisher came and take it from your hands. It's there's no such thing as a finished game. It's only you know, publish date. Each game of mine that I have published, I look on those games now, and I always see something that I want to change, I want to develop, and in my opinion it should be that way. And when I don't see something like this, probably I should retire. So yeah, that's how it works. Yeah.
Okay, so I've heard a lot of people say about the game, oh, this is such a nice game, it has such nice artwork.
Yeah.
You said you're not interested in that.
Yeah.
Do you have any say in the artwork for your games? If you don't like something, do you say, oh, I don't like the design of the cover, but the cover kind of helps in the selling of the game, I assume.
Yeah, of course, people buy by their eyes. Yeah, that's the truth. But I'm not the guy who is selling game. I'm not a seller. I'm a designer, and I have my publishing house years ago, and I published my own game by myself as a publisher. And I'm not very good at this. So I think everybody should find his role, and I love designing games. This is what I want to do. So sometimes, yes, there are some parts of visual stuff that I ask to be changed, but mostly, for example, it can be icons in the game. So everything that helps people play the game, UX, UI, that's part of a game. But I don't think ever I said, okay, this is not what I have in my head. Yeah, I try to choose publishers because I believe, of course, publishers choose games from designers, but we also choose a publisher as a designer. And I don't want to go to a publisher who I think, publish ugly games. Yeah, the games I don't think are nice. And this is also important when we talk production-wise, for example. If I see that publisher have not great production value, in my opinion, I don't want him to publish my game, because probably my game also will be like this. And it's just sad, and it can be problematic during the cooperation. Yeah, so I choose publishers that I really like. and I really think that they are good what they are doing. They are good in it. So in most cases they create beautiful artwork, and I'm in most cases amazed of that. There was one story with the game Lords of Hellas. Because I designed it for Awaken Realms. It was the first game we do together, and it was also the first game from Awaken Realms after the This War of Mine, which isn't yet totally created by them by themselves. They run the campaign and the production, but it wasn't a published house yet. And they say, okay, I have an idea of a game that it will be in ancient Greek, mythological one, and we will build big monuments from minis. That was what Martin, the CEO of Awaken Realms, told me. He knows that I love mythological stuff. And I said, okay, let's do this. I create the game, we test the game, and it was quite late in the stage when they sent me the first illustration on. No, it was the first mini design of the first mini, and I saw it was some weird Medusa with cables and all the science fiction stuff, and I was, oh, so this is science fiction. It's not the mythological ancient Greek, but it was so good that I think, okay, it looks amazing, but I have no idea that they have the science fiction team in their head. So yeah, sometimes it's even like this. So I try to focus on my part. And of course, there are games where team is very important. And for example, I will not let a publisher change Nemesis or Terracotta Army, yeah, because the team was important when those games were created. But for example, in Origins, it was just a city builder game in some ancient, I don't know, Rome, Greek, something like this. At the stage of a prototype, and they create the idea of team. So it depends on the game, but yeah, I try to not to interrupt people in their work, because they are great artists, and I don't know how to draw, as I said. So I try not to tell them what to do. Yeah, I don't treat them as a tool in my hands. That's not my idea how it should work.
I think I leave it.
Okay.
So about teams,
Yeah.
how long in the development process do you pick a team, or does the publisher pick a team? Is it fixed, or is it like random? Is the idea?
It depends. It depends what game we're talking about. Again, with Nemesis, the team was always there. The team was the start of designing process. In game like Frostpunk, they came with IP and asked me if I want to design something like this. With Lords of Hellas, also the team was at the beginning from the publisher. But for example, Origins, it was quite late in the development, because the team wasn't so important in this game. It was important that, okay, it have to be city building, because this was the part of mechanism there, but if we play in some science fiction, alternative history, some historical theme or anything else, it doesn't matter for that game. So again, it depends.
How was it for you to come up with a tabletop version of a well-known digital game? So, as far as I know, at least, it's a very well-known PC game, digital game. Yeah? Was it hard for you? Was it easier than other idea? Because the idea was already there, so you just have to put it on the table, or was it even harder for you to develop?
Okay, so it depends what aspect we take. I'm also video player, so I really love Frostpunk, so I play this a lot. And first thing, in my opinion, designers should create only game when we're talking about IPs, only games from IPs they really love. Because, for example, if I think that Frostpunk, the video game, is not good, it will be very hard for me to create a game in this universe, because I have to know the source very well before I do that, and I don't want to play a game that I don't like. That's not fun. And also, designing a game is a long process. There's time, there is a lot of frustration in it, because you go one step forward and 3 steps back. You put another prototype into the trash bin. This is the I think most used tool by the designers of board games. So you have to love the source. That's the first thing, and then you have to think. You have to remember that board game is another medium. So there is no difference if you create a game from a video game or from a movie or from a book or anything else. Yeah, this is different medium, so we use different tools. I play the game. I try to catch what is the spirit of the game. Yeah, what the Frostpunk is about. What is unique in that game when we talk about video game. Because if you told me that Frostpunk is a city builder, okay, we have thousands of city builders. So I asked myself, okay, what aspects I have to put into a board game that when I show that game without a title to a people, they think, oh, this is Frostpunk. And the first thing is hitting mechanic. And hitting mechanism was very hard to put into the board game, because in a video game something like distance is automatically count, yeah, and in a board game, no, you have to players will count it some way, so you have to make it simpler in that way. You also have some limitation when we talk about space, and in Frostpunk it also was interesting, because in the video game you have the expansion part, and you have big map that show you where you can go, where you can send your scout, and so on. And people who see Frostpunk on the table know the game is big enough. And imagine how it will look if we put another bigger map with some points around it. So we use a metaphor, because it was not important in the video game where are you go. It's not important if you go north, south, or anything else. The only important part was the distance. So the time. I don't need distance to show the time. I just put some marker and move it on the turns to show how long the travel take. And this is exactly the same, but it looks totally different. So yeah, you have to use different tools. You have to use metaphors, and you have find also, because it can be for the first side that board games have only limitation comparing to video games, and this is not true, because okay, everybody cool, yeah, nobody scared, good. So that's not true, because even in Frostpunk there's no chance you put a physical tower into a video game. You have physics in Frostpunk, because you put the cubes into the tower, and it's not easy to make something like this in video games. I don't know, the special abilities for citizens. If you imagine that in a video game you have a lot of information visible, it's hard. It can be overwhelming, yeah? Because in a video game you have pop-up windows to do that. But just imagine that you have click on each citizen or move the cursor on the citizen to see what is the skill. It will be tiring for a player. In a board game, we have cards, and they are okay. We cannot have 100 of them, but we can have 7 cards, and we see each skill. So it's different medium, and the game have to be good game before it's a good translation from other medium. Yeah.
You said you are you have started a game at the same time as Nemesis, right?
Yeah.
How easy is it for you to think about different games at the same time?
Okay, I cannot imagine to work only on one game. That's because, as I said, working on a game is a quite long process, and it have different stages. So I normally work like in the same time. I have 5 to 8 games that I'm working on. And I'm talking about prototype or later stage, not ideas or some notebooks with lot of notes about some concepts. And this is important because you often stuck designing a game, and when you try to solve a problem, the best thing you can do is to not think about that problem. So I jump to another project or another stage. For example, I start cutting the prototype. This is very important part, in my opinion, when you design a game, because this is the only part when you see the result fast. Because each card you cut, there's another card on the stack, and you see the end of it, when you cut the prototype. And this is important because designing game is long, and you don't have immediately any feedback. You just work, and you will know is it good or not after a couple of months, for example. So different games let you change perspective, forgot about problems in one game, focus on another one, and it often solves the problem you are not thinking about.
I have a question. How important are board game events like conventions, or let's say this camp in the whole process? In your creative process, and if you play a prototype set there, if you use this time to play prototypes, and after the game is launched, so people learn about it, because they see it on the website, that they see it in a board game shop, but they learn how to play it here.
Okay, so I have no idea how important events are when we when we talk about the game publisher and all the stuff. Maybe we will have another Haji or something like this in a couple of years. So for me, the most important part is I'm still a gamer. I want to play games with people, because even if I don't design games, I want to play games. And this is the most important part, is that
tested games.
Not correctly that, but I want to play different games. I want to talk with people, and I take inspiration from it. So mostly after event like this, especially if the event is not big fairs or something like Spiel or stuff like this, where you mostly just learn people how to play your game, and it can be tiring. In event like this, when I come back home, normally I start designing 1, 2, 3 new games, because my head is full of new concept ideas and think I want to want to design. So inspiration, this is the one part, and of course on the second stage of testing, so the a little wider public, but not mass testing. It also helps because I see different people with different approach, how they react on the game, yeah, what they like, what they doesn't like. Also, there is one question that I think is very good to check if your game is good. If you play with people, with testers, don't let them check the time after the game and ask them what they think was the time of the game. If they think the game was much longer than it was, they are probably bored during the game because it was too long for them, they are tired and so on. But if they play 3 hours game and after 3 hours most of them told you, oh, it was like 1 hour, maybe 1 hour and a half, you know it's a good answer for you, yeah, because the time is relative, yeah, we know that, but it means they have fun, to be honest, and it can be even better question that asking people what do you like or what you don't like, because this is tricky question, to be honest.
Have you ever had to throw away or scrap a mechanic you love just because it didn't work? Or
Oh, many times. Yeah, that's the part of a job. It's for example, Nemesis in the first prototype don't use cards for people. It was back building, so you build your own back of action during the game. And I really love that mechanism, but it doesn't fit. It was, and it is common thing. It was too complicated to that game because, to be honest, the action part of Nemesis mechanic is not so unique. Yeah, you have just card, you play card, you make action, and this is not the unique part of this game. The unique parts are the interaction between players, is the noise mechanism. Those are important things. So I don't want to have another big mechanic that will because if you add too many mechanisms, people will not see what the game is about, what you want to show them. So, and this is common problem with designers, and it's beginners and also veterans. So yeah, I mostly use scissors during my development because my games are too big and I make them as small as possible, which sounds weird when you look at them, but yeah, trust me, the first versions was much bigger than that.
I'm not a game player, but I heard from some people that most of the games have similar mechanics for many games, or they haven't seen new mechanics. How important is this topic for you for designing the game?
Okay, I know the question, and I think I heard that opinion many times. There's a opinion in board game through board gamers that there was nothing new in board games since Dominion. Yeah, that's since something, but Dominion is one of the example. And some people make God from innovation, and I don't believe that. I believe that innovation is in small things. Not you don't need something so big to make something innovative. And I think when you play a new game, there quite often is something new in that game, some small changes, some small ideas, and it's much more important. people don't see innovation in the small things because publishers don't market those parts, because the innovation is mostly what you read from the publishers. This is what you believe is innovative. But when you look at some small, even small games, I don't know, let's take Cascadia, for example. This is a small game, and somebody can tell, okay, there's nothing innovative in that game. But when you think about, for example, how flow of the game works, how fast is the turn of a player in Cascadia, this is one of the few games that the turn of a player can be quicker than the preparation for the next turn. Yeah, I think this is innovation. We can take, I don't know, Seven Wonders Duel, yeah? Okay, we all know Solitaire as a concept, but somebody take it and make a game from it. So I think there's much more innovation that most gamers see. And yeah, I think it's enough to make a good game, to have some small parts and small solution. Because to be honest, it's not the idea that is important; the execution is important. Yeah, and this is about details always. Oh yeah.
So, if you design games, obviously you do that. What do you prefer when you start a project? The theme or the mechanics of the game?
Okay. Again, the question that is quite popular, yeah, quite classic. I think about games as in a holistic way. I don't think that we can take one part or another part from the game totally, but it depends from what you start, because inspiration can get from different places. Yeah, for example, of course, with Frostpunk, with Nemesis, with Terracotta Army, it was the theme. But when we take Origins, I just cut some tiles, and I cut octagonal tiles, and I just play with them on my table. And when I put 4 of them adjacent to each other, I saw the perfect square in between, and I think, okay, maybe I can put a die here and see what happens. So this was the inspiration. And I heard from example Michał Odacz that we can have inspiration from many different places, and he have a story that he go to the metal shop with some tools and other stuff, and he often find inspiration there, because he takes some screws or things like this and think, oh, it's interesting shape. What can I do with that? Yeah. Yeah.
The names of the games, did you come up with them, or did the producers, the publishers? Sorry?
Okay, unfortunately, there was some games I create the names for, and it wasn't a good idea.
Which one?
The best example of a very bad name was a game called Heroes. Nobody knows that game, and it's when you write Heroes on the BGG, it's hard to find my game, because it's so overused name, and the only good name that I create was Nemesis. Yeah, that was my name from the start. And again, I always put something from mythology in a game. So as all science fiction fans know, all the spaceships have names from Greek mythology. So I was thinking about some interesting personas from them, and Nemesis fits perfectly for that game. So yeah. Yeah.
I'm the guy with the most answered question generally. So, and I want a straight answer, not a general answer. So, if you ever designed a game that was not yours, what was that game that you wished you have designed?
Oh, okay, good one. I was jealous about a couple of games. When we talk about specific game and the mechanism itself, it will be most of the games from Vlada Chvátil. I'm totally impressed of this guy, and I always said that if one guy can create code names through the ages, Galaxy Tracker, and all games in different genre, and each of this game is big in its genre. Yeah, it's also Space Alert, the first I think the first cooperative game with the timer and the CD and all the soundtrack that tells you what to do. So all of his works, but there are also some games like This War of Mine, for example. I think this is very good and very important game for our industry. Also, I was a little jealous when Ignacy Trzewiczek create Settlers, because the inspiration for Settlers was, of course, the old video game, and I played a lot as a kid. So yeah, I always want to create game about that, and I see the game from Ignacy, and of course it was a good game, so it doesn't help. So yeah, I want to. There are many games that I want to create or be part of the creation, but this is also part of the job and not easy one. To let something go, because if not, you will take too many projects and it can kill you, sometimes literally.
Do you design these games by yourself, or do you work with other people in the game design?
Yes. I mean, even here, there are some games that I design by myself. When we talk, of course, about mechanism, because there are always a lot of people who work on a game and make it happen in the end. But I also like cooperation when we talk about design. And for example, Terracotta Army is one of the example. Also, the one of the last crowdfunding of mine. So Hot Dot on the Orient Express is my co-design with Michał Gołębiowski. So yeah, I love working with another designers because we learn from each other, and it's really a fantastic journey. So
Does it work faster if you work together?
it depends. It depends. Sometimes it can be faster, but mostly not. Mostly it's slower, but better, in my opinion. And again, this is a problem of modern world that. Especially in big corporation, people believe that 9 women can give a birth in 1 month. It doesn't work like this. So no, more people in most cases means that something will be slower. But I believe it is much better if you design with somebody. It's totally different thing when you are the first tester of your own ideas between you, and the only important thing is to work with somebody you can tell that okay, this idea is stupid, and he also can tell something like this to you. So that's the important part, to be honest and focus only on the game, not on the ego or other stuff that are always there somehow.
Okay. So we have time for okay, two more questions.
Oh yeah.
Can you tell us what are you working on right now, or what's about to be released soon?
Okay, so I can tell about some of them because, as we know, sometimes I don't sign NDAs generally, but I don't sign them, and I don't have to sign them generally because people trust me. So I will not tell you too much about some projects, but. There is one game about, yeah, surprise, surprise, Roman mythology this time, and hopefully it will be published next year. There is my Nemesis project, but not Nemesis in because of the name of the game, but my Nemesis when we talk about game design, and this is Civilization game. I work on this game 12 years or something like this, and yeah, it's hard, especially because I have on my shelf Through the Ages, and you know, I have to design something that is close to be that good to even have courage to show the game to somebody. So these projects, and I think like two or three projects more that I can speak about too much now.
So I'm curious, do you keep a copy of each of your games at home?
The final copy, yeah, I think most of them some of them have only my parents, because my father collects all of my games and he wants them, and this is good because there are a couple of games that I don't have, and probably if not my parents, nobody will I will have access to those games, but mostly yes. Mostly in foil because I never played.
Does Rainer Knizia keep a copy of each game because he has more than 800?
No idea,
don't think so.
but this guy is crazy. Yeah? The next designer have like 100 games, and this guy is, and he tell that he doesn't play another designer games, and yeah, if you have 800 of your own, you don't have to, yeah, but yeah.
And the tough question. Pick the title of your own games, and you have a deal to expand this universe into a book or into a movie. What would you choose?
Oh, I don't think it's normally it's my choice, but it depends who. It's not about the medium, because I love book and I love movies, but I love good books and good movies. So more important is who will create it, yeah, and what approach it will be. So if there's a chance that an author or director I admire can do something like this, it's always always great. So book, movie, comic book, anything like this, it's always
Video game.
yeah, video game. It's always great, and even when I see, for example, some dioramas or all the crazy thing people do with Nemesis, yeah, the whole ship with the LED lights and all the stuff, and I cannot imagine how many hours somebody put in work like this, or they create music for a game, yeah, and this is always, I think, the greatest honor any creator can have, if you inspire somebody else to create something in different medium in your work. So yeah, it's really great that when I see something like this, it's one of the reasons why you want to create something, I believe.
Okay, so I think we can finish here. But if you have any more questions for Adam, Adam will be here till Friday. So and you can play a game with him, and you can buy him a beer and buy me a beer if you want. So thank you very much once again, and I hope you're still having a great time after we put you to this. And if you want to tell us.
Yeah, okay, thanks thanks again for inviting me, and you know, I always surprised on meetings like this that people came here and listen to me, because there are many great games to play and you just you know, waste your time talking with me.
We
So
pay
I
them.
think
We pay them.
oh okay, that's better, that's better. Okay, thanks again.
Thank you. Oh, and don't forget that you can